Is it true that foreigners now need to prove they can speak Korean in order to marry a Korean? The question is in regard to a new law that was passed last year in 2013. There were a lot of misconceptions about this new law when it was passed, and a lot of people talked about it, and a lot of people didn't really understand what was going on. One thing you need to realize right off the bat is that most of the marriages between foreigners and Koreans actually are Korean men and foreign women. And a lot of this has to do with kind of like mail order brides, arranged marriages for farmers who are in other areas that are not Seoul. The way people tell it is that Korean women don't want to get married to Korean farmers, so the farmers want wives and they want offspring, so they marry foreign brides. So whenever there's a news article or a law about foreign marriages to Koreans, it usually has to do with these types of people. Westerners marrying Koreans is not the biggest majority. A notable statistic that came out when this law was passed is that 50% of the marriages between Koreans and foreigners end in divorce. That seems like a huge number, and I'm not sure, but then again, I don't really know much about the bulk of these marriages. But if that's true, it seems like there's a problem that people are getting married for the wrong reasons. That seems to be the rationale behind this new law. The law does state that as a foreigner you have to prove that you can speak Korean in order to get married, or to get like a marriage visa to a Korean. But there's an exception that if the Korean can speak a second language which the foreigner also speaks, then that's fine. So basically, if you're an English speaking foreigner, you want to get married to a Korean who speaks English well, they just have to prove that they can speak English well. I don't know if this means that they need to have an interview when they apply for the marriage visa, marriage license, whatever it is, or if they just have to submit a test. In other words, if you're a Westerner and you're wondering how easy it is for you to get married to a Korean, this isn't really a big issue for you. It's mostly a measure to prevent those kind of sketchy marriages where both can't speak the same language and they can't really communicate, which I guess I will assume are fairly common in Korea. Is it wrong that the government's cracking down on these kind of marriages? Well, if 50% of them are ending in divorce very quickly, I don't really think it's that bad. That means a large number of them are blatantly just for legal purposes. So there are some technicalities about marriage in Korea if you're a foreigner. Nothing really to worry about as long as your marriage is genuine and you're both financially capable.